Definitely got a storm coming through today. It is chilly and windy this morning, which is great to see. Got a totally different day today. It's it's fall, and a few things going on the farm we're going to share with you guys today that make things real when it comes to farming. But before we get to that, let's take a look at what will be the sunrise. Gotta kind of get moving this morning. We actually have a trip to make out to get another pig. We're gonna talk about that. But for now, you can kind of take a peek in on these guys. They're funny. A little bit of breeze this morning. They're all back in the corner there. There you go. We got our biggest one actually piled up on top of the rest. That's actually pretty funny. And we also have chicks, so let's go take a look at the baby chicks. You guys are actually watching that video today and us getting the brooder set up, but let's go take a peek real quick. All right, so there's hopefully you can get that on camera. Maybe that bright light's kind of tough, but they're a little chilly. We got to make sure we adjust that. They're all doing really good. It's very common for us to lose a few chicks, especially the first week. And we started with 78 chicks, and so far we've only lost one, which is actually pretty good. They've been here for a couple days now, and to only have one down, that's a really good sign. So we've got 77 of those left. Back to this morning. So we are gonna be making another trip out to Pam and Lanny's. So we're gonna share with you guys today some of the realities of farming that happens when you have livestock on the farm and you have to make hard decisions. We've talked about that a couple of times before, and one of those is going to involve chickens today, and the other one is going to involve a pig that we have as well. So what we need to do though is we've got a couple things we need to get wrapped up this morning. We need to get into town. We also need to get over to Pam and Lanny's because we're gonna be picking up another pig today, and then we'll kind of talk to you guys when we get back about what we've got going on. Got a new pig here on the farm. We got another Berkshire that we picked up. We really like the Berks. They're actually really spunky. This one's really spunky as well, and she's fitting right back in. In fact, one of those back there is actually her real sister. So we're gonna go ahead and get things kind of settled, and then we'll kind of catch you guys up on what's going on here with the pigs. So we're down here with the pigs and just kind of let you guys know what's going on. So we've had 14, 15 pigs now that we've raised, and we've had issues. Like a lot of times, because it's very dusty out here, the pigs will cough, and that's very normal. We always get a little nervous because we always think it's pneumonia, and it never is. But they really have a hard time with dust and mold and that kind of stuff, and so they cough. So we're used to seeing that, and normally we get ahead of it a little better than we did this time. But it's very, very dusty out here. So much more so than the old property. And we really have a hard time controlling that out here. We've been doing a much better job of controlling it in their pens, but we didn't catch it early on. And we have one of the pigs here that wound up with a prolapse, and it's pretty bad. So we were hoping at first, well, we didn't even know what it was at first, but we noticed it the first day that there were some issues when she would cough, and you would kind of see some things going on in the back there. And then we came home on Tuesday, I think it was, and definitely had a really bad prolapse. So we were hoping, did some research on it, we were hoping that it would go back in, and it's not doing it, and we don't have the ability to really separate her. We are definitely not going to be doing antibiotics. That is not what we do here, and a lot of times trying to get these guys on the mend, it's like a 50-50 shot whether they'll survive it or not. So we had to make a hard decision, and you know, one of the things I should say is these pigs are not ours. We've already sold them. So we have one that will be ours, and the rest of them are actually we're raising for somebody else. So because of that, you know, we don't want to have a pig that could possibly die on us a couple months down the road. We can't do that. You know, we don't want to do that, and we know that she's in some pain right now, and we absolutely don't want that. So we've decided that the best thing for us to do at this point is to go ahead and process her early. And so we got another pig today to take her place, because again, these are not our pigs in the end. We're raising these for other folks. And so we had to make that decision. So wasn't easy. Lori and I don't like that at all. And I'm not looking forward to it, I'll be honest with you. So we have to do that. And then we also have our old set of laying hens that are now in their second molt. And so it just so happens that this weekend is also time for us to process those birds as well. So we have to do that this weekend also. So definitely not something that we enjoy doing here, but it's part of this farming lifestyle that we have, and it's the reality of life. So it's the reality for us. So Lori and I have some work to get done that is not something we're going to share with you guys. We always try to keep things very PG rated here. So we're not going to show you any of these details, and honestly, we don't want to see them ourselves, but we don't have a choice. So anyhow, wanted to explain that to you guys. We'll come back to you because I don't want to end on this. I want to show you some life that's being created and happening here on the farm. So the deed is done. It took us about 2 hours, and man, that is not a good time. So anyhow, that's kind of the deal. Life and death. So we got that, the tough part out of the way. Let's talk a little bit about some life. So we've got the garden beds here. I want to give you guys a quick update. Hopefully you can kind of see that. Kind of a breezy, windy day today, but we've got this here. You can see would be, well, the most green thing would actually be radishes. Those are daikon radishes. It's going to be really hard to pick up, but we put a line of beets right down the middle of each one of the beds. Every one of those is sprouting really well also. We've got garlic in here that I can see is coming up right down here. Again, probably hard to pick up, but these beds are doing good. Each one of the beds, we did notice that one of them we actually had, this bed here we planted a little bit too deep, but it looks like everything is sprouting there really well. And then the weather this week's been perfect, mid-80s, nice in the morning, so check out these beds. That thing is just beautiful green. To get a better shot of it there. You can see that's mainly radish that you see there. We've got the black radish, thank you again Martin, coming up good. Then down here, this bed starting to green up a little bit better also. And then down here, we did a few different things down here. We actually, hopefully you can pick that up, there we go. We actually planted some cauliflower in here because this bed was kind of a little weak. You can see compared to the other ones, not near as green. So that's exciting to see. And then also, if you guys follow us on Instagram, you guys would have seen the first time that we actually had all of the laying hens out on pasture. That was really exciting to see, and spending time out there with them was really, really cool. But what I want to do is show you the pasture. Hopefully there you guys will be able to see that okay, but you can see just beautiful, beautiful green. We've got some darker green in the back, and I'm going to do an update on the pasture and kind of discuss some of the reasons why I think that's really green back there. And one of them, if you guys have been following that process, you guys would know the reason why it's actually more green than this other side. That's doing okay, but not near as well. And then of course, we've got the broiler chickens here on the farm finally, and eventually this will be what they call home. So I think Lori and I were kind of mentally and emotionally exhausted right now. So we need to get in and have some lunch and decide what we're gonna do for the rest of the afternoon.